The following program is rated MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
The show that gives you everything and nothing at all. That's everywhere you don't want to be. It's Ruben, Mo B, and on the ones and twos, AG.
The 5-minute warning.
Good evening, everyone in the land of the internet. Once again, it's your boy, Ruben in the house, and it's another brand new spanking episode of 5-Minute Warning. And of course, always with me is my man, my mellow AG.
What's happening, y'all? How you doing?
Oh man, it's pretty good today, man. I feel like I should have worn my Air Monarchs today, but I did.
Were you getting stuff done?
I got shit done today. I cut the front yard.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. How'd the electric mower do? You have no cord?
Yeah, so the 50-foot was good, but I still needed a little bit more, so I went and bought a 100-foot. 100-foot was perfect. So now I got a 150-foot for the backyard, which I think I still need that because the backyard's a little deeper. But yeah, man, I mean, yeah, your boy got out there. He messed around. He had the bag on it too. I
Wow,
decided to need
really?
a bag on it. Yeah.
So wait a minute now. Now you open the door for the question. How are your feet?
So the feet are actually really good. Last Thursday, I had them wrapped up for 10 days, and there's been some healing, which is awesome. And the doctor took a picture of it and showed it to me. It's about 30% better than it was last week.
That's
And
good.
I got another appointment on Thursday. So hopefully it'll be another 20%. So the hole was about this big in my foot.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that shit was
How
huge.
did you even walk, man?
I mean, walk is not a problem. It's just that so what was happening is that because I walk, walking is a part of life. You know, every time I walked, I stepped on it. So like it could never really heal.
Right.
So literally what the doctor did, he put like a thick piece of felt, he called it, or something. He cut it out in the way the hole is shaped and just put it around there. So my feet would so when I walked, I wouldn't hit that directly. I
Kind of
would
like a
hit
riser. So you don't actually, even though you're walking, you're not actually walking on the wound anymore.
correct
Okay.
on both feet. So yeah, man, like he showed me a picture of it, and you know, you could see how so like I said, it was about this. It was about 30% better to like this.
Nice. That's a lot.
So yeah, it was pretty cool to see. He pretty much was like, your right foot could be done by next Thursday. Because those got like two holes in it.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, man, it was good to see that some healing was happening and stuff. And he explained to me, like you said, because I walk on it, it doesn't have a chance to heal at all because I need to not be on it. And he also said that, whenever you get a chance, prop that bad boys up. What's going on, Black Patricia Adams? Prop those bad boys up because it heals better when I'm not on my feet.
Right.
So yeah, man. I mean, you know, the only problem with it is I can't really I can take a shower with them, but I'm not supposed to get them wet. So like I gotta put like Walmart bags and duct tape on my feet or sponge bath myself. I mean, so it depends just how I feel in the morning. But
Understood.
sponge badges are getting old,
Well,
especially when I'm doing it myself. Now, if I had some nice young
yeah.
lady doing it, then
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, man.
sponge bath all day.
You get you married so you can have your woman do it for you.
Hell yeah, that should be awesome. But unfortunately, I ain't got that.
Yeah,
So
I know.
your
It'll
boy,
change.
Yeah, your boy sucks on that regard. But nah, man, it's good. So like I have my shoes for work and everyday stuff. And I have a pair of shoes, like 3/4 tops, that I only wear to cut grass in because they just hold my ankles and I get tied up and shit. Because in my yard is do 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 where some good old moles have, created some holes. So what would happen is I would be in my regular shoes and my foot would come off. And my foot would come out the shoe because, it gets stuck a little bit. And because those aren't super tight around my ankles, they would just come off and piss me off. So I just wore those shoes. And they're also shoes that are for diabetics too. So
Okay.
I can't really wear Air Miles anymore because they're not diabetic shoes. So,
But you're still getting stuff done though.
I'm getting shit done. And hey, that's not the big thing though. I fixed my weed whacker.
I didn't know it was broken.
Yeah, I lost the first time I put it together. I was a little punk, and I didn't screw the screw on tight.
Which
So
one?
I tried
The ones that hold the string
hold the
winder
blade.
together?
Well,
Right in
I
the
have a
center?
blade. I have a blade.
Oh yeah,
So
blade. Okay.
yeah. So like, yeah, that joint came off and I lost it, and I was just like, fuck all that, And I was like, I went and got some, got a nut for it, but then I realized when I got cause I was like, I've seen this shit around here, so I found a bag with the equipment in it. Had nuts already, like backup nuts, and I was pissed. But this time I tightened that joint up super tight, so it won't come off when I did. So your boy did some weed whacking too, I made sure it was pristine.
That's right, man.
So got some shit done. Like I said, man, I got some shit done today. So I'm happy about that. I did it all before I started like 11. It's done by 1. I
Nice.
just got the front yard and did all that shit, pulled some weeds out and shit. Cause I had my gloves on. I was like, it's time to get dirty today.
Is that what it's time to do? Get
it's
dirty?
time to get well in the grass, yeah. Because I don't be pulling nothing out without gloves on. You see these hands? These hands don't look like labor on purpose.
Really?
Because these hands don't do labor without gloves, baby.
Well, I think everybody listening to the show understands that you don't do hard labor.
I mean, that's not true, but I protect the secondary moneymakers.
Well, you misrepresenting yourself because I promise you, the way you talk about you lazy is,
Oh, I'm lazy as hell, but that don't mean I can't get no work done. But when I get work done, everything's protected. Like I don't be going out there, like I got calluses and shit. I'm like, no, hell no. I got like 1 callus, and I'm waiting for that motherfucker to go. Like, cause I accidentally lifted some shit without gloves on, and I was not happy about that. Nah, bro, This
You
is
gonna be a
like,
hand model or something? What in the world?
nah. See, here's the thing, bro. Here's the thing. Let me get a little closer to the screen. I need to get closer to the screen. Just like your feet, man, you do shit with your hands. And if your hands are jacked up, it's hard for you to do shit with your hands. Like eat and stuff like that.
Right.
Or, when I decide when I find a nice young lady and I want to caress her with my soft hands, I don't want to put no motherfucking brick ass hands on her back. This shit ain't gonna want to touch her ass no more. So nah. Yeah, nah. So yeah, these hands, I do the work with these 2 hands. So I gotta protect them. The love makers. These
The
help out.
love makers.
That's right.
And what if you
Because
run across a girl you really like and she's, hey, I love a man touch me as if like construction worker hands? It's like
then we ain't together. That's easy. Cause that means she ain't gonna love these hands. Then
Come
we
on,
out.
man.
No, I mean it's not
That
me.
have a few battle scars on them.
Look, bro. Battle scars are for people who are in battles.
Well, yard work scars. How about that?
I don't need none of that shit either. For what? Oh, Jesus. Who needs a yard work scar, man? Fuck all that. That shit ain't cute.
It
What's
is
going
cute.
on, Mo
Some
B?
people like this.
What's
Some
up?
people share scars, man. I'm telling you.
You're right.
Look, hey, it's just like, how you get that, Ruben? That's so sexy. Yeah, that was that time I was screwing something in, then the screwdriver fell off the screw, and I stabbed myself in the hand, girl. I just took myself to the doctor with the screwdriver in my hand. because I'm a man like that.
That's a whole bunch of hell no. I don't know. Look, man, first of all, I don't go through that kind of pain, man. Stick something through my hand? That's
Just
why I wear
saying,
gloves,
things
baby.
happen, bro.
That's why I wear gloves, baby. That's straight up fuck all that. I mean, look, like Black Patricia Adams, you know, put when he does that hard, like, hey, these hands are soft, baby. So the wonderful woman who's gonna get these hands in the nice way. Oh yeah.
Hey, you know, I tell you what though, I need to work on my foot game, bro. I like fillet my wife like every night, man.
What do you mean? You gotta explain more of this.
No, it ain't rough feet. Well, not actually. I don't have rough feet. What it is for me in particular is I'm not really good about keeping my nails cut. Like
Your wife won't cut your nails for you?
Say what?
Your wife won't cut your nails for you?
Why ask you to do something I can do? I'm just lazy about it. That's all. But I'm telling you, man, some days it's like one time we were in bed, I was sleeping, and I think my foot rubbed against her bottom of her leg, and I promise you, I thought I drew blood, and I was like, I got to do something. This is crazy. So I'm not really into the hands necessarily. I try to keep them groomed, but it's just like my thing is I need to improve on my foot game, man. My toenails, yo.
Yeah, if you could scale walls with your toenails, you need to go see somebody with that shit.
Bro, if I was an eagle, I would be getting fish all day. I promise you.
Man.
She's over there laughing at me. She know what time it is.
Hey, look, if you ask her, she may cut your toenails for you because it helps her too.
I mean, it helps her too, but I'm just being lazy. And I have been improving over time. But I promise you, when we first got married, I'm telling you, man, it was awful.
Then you either need to do one or two things. Beg your wife to cut your toenails. or you need to go and get what are them things called? A pedicure. You need to stop playing, bro.
No, but what I'm saying to you is when you first get married, you don't know that you're trifling because you've been single your entire life to that point. So when you get married, you get exposed. You really do.
So you try to tell me before y'all got married, she ain't say nothing about your toenails ever?
No, because there's nothing to say. She didn't experience the hell that I was going to put her through.
But she looked at them shits.
I mean, maybe she looked at them, but it's like, man, look, until somebody punch you in the face, you don't think you're going to get punched in the face. And I'm telling you right now, she's got a few skin grafts, bro. Just saying.
Bro. Why are you doing that to your wife like that?
I don't know.
Man, Ghost, I got you, man, on a number of a good pedicure place, bro.
Bro, but I'm saying I got my stuff in order, but I'm just letting you know. I think that the foot thing is much more important than the hand thing, but that's just my own opinion. I do understand what you mean, though. But some women do like the battle scars. I'm just saying.
Mo B, you got anything on this?
Nah, not on this. I've just noticed there's been a trend throughout the years I've known you. You seem to have you as in Ruben, like you seem to have this approach, and I've noticed it's come up a lot. Is you have this weird idea that somehow husbands just ask their wives to do shit for them.
That's right.
And it does not. I promise you, in most relationships that I know of, asking your wife to cut your toenails, man, like maybe, but that's
I wouldn't even say maybe.
That's probably gonna be a negative, man. Like you can't. It's hard to ask your wife to do something that you fully capable of doing your damn self.
Yeah.
Like, because that's how it's going to be phrased. Now I will say it can be the other way around with no problem, because if the roles are reversed, you're supposed to say, of course I can do that. But
glad you said that.
As a guy, to ask the woman that they're with to do something that they're fully capable of doing themselves, man, I don't know what motherfucking world you have been exposed to, but it ain't never been like that. Like I asked my wife to scratch my back, man, and sometimes I get like crazy ass side eye, and I'm just like, yo, like I'm sorry, like bro, like I just, you know.
All right, here it is.
So not wrong.
Here
So when you said that to me, I was like, I'm thinking to myself, I was like, Ruben,
Ask
Man,
your
if my
wife to
wife
cut your
did,
toenails.
Bro.
What?
man, if my
So-
wife did nails for a living, well, actually, my wife would do it. However, by and large, if your wife did that for a living, if she did pedicures and manicures for a living, she wouldn't do yours. Not without you having to give her a parade for doing it.
Yeah, I'm about to say, because you'd have to hear about how she got to do this all damn day and then come home to having to do it too.
Exactly.
So, all right, here it is, man. I'm just putting it out there. It's the problem, man. It's the problem. Because back in the day, like, wives used to do that kind of shit for their husbands. And the husbands would do certain things for their wives. Now,
Yeah, back in the
look,
day, you could run up on a black man and shoot him in the head, and it's okay.
I understand that.
Times
Right.
are different. Look at Moby, got a headache already.
I'm just saying, like
Hey.
back in the day, you wouldn't get called a sexist if you said, "Hey, I would really love for my wife to cook dinner for me." But now it's like that's damn near being misogynistic. Like,
See,
what you saying? My
that's-
place is in the kitchen? No, heifer, I'm saying I like to eat.
He said, "No, heifer, I'm
I like to eat. Like, it's a simple gesture. Like, it's a simple gesture.
and it's not like you wouldn't cook yourself.
It
Well,
doesn't matter.
but
They're
family.
not supposed. You can't tell a woman to do anything,
Yeah,
Ruben.
that's and you're right. This is why I'm gonna be single. Because
No. See, here's the thing. I'm not saying that women won't do it for you. I'm not even saying that it's an unreasonable expectation to have for your significant other. What I'm saying is for you to suggest that men should be asking for it today, bro, you are asking motherfuckers to set themselves up for confrontation. And why would you want to set somebody up for a confrontation, man? Like, look, AG, you said, I'm pretty sure she would do it if I asked. And look, I'm pretty sure. I mean, look, I get side eye sometimes, or I get some pushback, or I get some, you lazy motherfucker looks if I ask a certain thing. But she'll do it.
Can't get to. Like,
But
what the fuck is that?
but she'll do it. But what I'm saying is, I don't make a habit of it. Like, I know that, like, before I ask for these things, I gotta be in dire straits. Like, when you got that spot that itch on your back and you just can't get to it,
Yeah.
you just can't. And then I'm just like, hey, can you? And I gotta be specific and detailed about where, and I gotta make sure that I'm not asking for it for too long.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. I'm not saying this as shade. I'm saying this as it's not in the cards anymore for us to ask for stuff for ourselves.
Yes.
Now, if she does it for you, like, we're supposed to celebrate it. What did Chris Rock say? Food, water, and compliments. Like, I've got to say, you're amazing for doing it.
Yep.
Thank you. I appreciate it. As AG said, I didn't realize how trifling I was until you walked into my life.
Yep.
We got to do those things. What I'm saying, Ruben, don't get these motherfuckers fucked up by asking for shit that they can do on their own, man. Like, just don't do it.
I'm telling you, man, most women, they will put out minimal effort. But the minimal effort they do put out, if you don't celebrate it, you will find yourself in divorce court.
I mean, I'm gonna find myself single for the rest of my goddamn life, bro.
And that's not a bad idea. But what I'm telling you is,
that's not a good idea.
Hey, Ruben, man.
Ruben, it's not
my
a
wife
bad
actually,
idea.
my wife actually had me listen to this divorce lawyer guy, and he was talking. He was like, yo, the marriages are so unsuccessful statistically. By legal definition of negligence, it is actually like a criminally negligent thing for a man to want to get married because of the failure rate, because the percentage is so high. So what AG is saying is, no, it might not be the worst thing in the world to not end up married. Now, I didn't say be single like him, but just not necessarily have to end up being married. Like, you ain't got to be married to have companionship. Now, if you find the right one, or your person that makes you happy, then by all means, lock it down. But what I'm saying is, don't just lock it down because you want to find your person. You just got to make sure you're doing it for the right reason. Don't
Of
Don't
course.
marry anyone just because you want to be married.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And that's the thing, right? Because and you know what? You know who I blame for this shit, for all the shit? I blame my parents, man. I blame them. Ruben and Shirley, I blame them.
Oh
Because
man, I hope your mom's listening to this.
because clearly they have, with their 51 years of marriage, they have given me a horrible thought process of how marriage is supposed to be. Because
No, Ruben, they have not.
I know that. I'm really being facetious. But I'm just saying, like, the shit that I'm talking about is not some shit I just pulled out the sky. Like, I've seen some shit, and I've seen people ask for this shit, and I've seen a positive marriage, and they do shit for each other, and it's more equal than not. So, like, yes, this foreign shit about women not wanting to do shit is foreign to me, because that's not what I grew up with. And I grew up with a fairly 50-50 household, maybe 55-45, whatever you choose, at least in front of us, in front of the kids. Like, so yes, my bad if I want a wife to be similar to, like, so we can have a relationship in a marriage similar to what my parents had, because it worked for them.
Yeah.
All right, Ruben.
So like, yeah, so like, no,
You're
but I
probably
understand.
right. You're probably right on that.
And I
And
understand.
I'm willing to ride with you on that, but I want to take the idea of marriage out of the equation. Not like take the idea of marriage. Just answer this question for me.
Sure.
It's a basic ass question.
Yep.
In 1970, you might have got paid a certain amount of money.
Okay.
Would you be asking for the same amount of pay in 2024?
No.
Exactly. But you're asking for 1970 standards of marriage in 2024. That's all I'm saying.
What you're asking him is a little incomplete, because women as a gender are the only gender that has kind of progressed and changed over time. Men are the same men that we've always been. Yeah, they because it's everything Moby just said, except it's just for them. It's not for us. We still want the same things. We're still expected to do the same things. We still don't get the same things. All of that. None of that has changed. None of it has. But for women, they can be what Aunt Shirley is to Uncle Ruben, or they can be some of these people I see on TikTok all the time talking about, if you don't make 100 grand, you suck. Just saying. So you can be either one of those, or you can be anything in between, or you can be all that in a bag of Funyuns financially for a couple of years and then stay home because you have some kids that you might not have, but you want to prepare, but you tired of working, this and that and the other, whatever. There aren't defined roles for them anymore. Our roles have always been defined, and it's never going away. Now, what I'm telling you is, it's not a bad idea not to get married, because there's a lot expected of you. And I'm also telling you, if you're going to get married, make sure that it's someone you can follow, because you're going to spend a lot of time following, even though you're secretly leading. And you have to be able to do both. And if you can't do it, then that ain't the one. Or maybe you're just not prepared. But I'm telling you right now, what Moby said is true. And what I'm saying is true too. So it's like, I'm just letting you know.
Marriage is a lot like management now. Like back in the day, you could manage people differently, because if you were quote unquote the boss, you could say, hey, do this or you're fired. 2024, you can't manage like that no more.
Now that is a complete answer.
You can't manage like that no more. Like, the only reason men are still considered a leadership position in the relationship is when shit goes wrong. That's it. You're responsible. You ain't in charge. That's the difference. You're responsible. You ain't necessarily in charge. If the shit don't work, it's your fault. But it can't work just because you're in charge. It just because you're not.
Well,
you're not.
But
you're not.
You don't know what I'm about to say.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you're gonna say
matter.
because you're not. That's so funny. That's
But
hilarious.
I'm not gonna say anything about that. And I would probably say, like, where is the difference? Because even marriages from, from when I was younger, there's always times where the wife of the house is in control of certain things. And then there's time when the man's controls certain things. So, like, I don't disagree with you.
He's giving you the side eye.
I mean, once again, hey man, I can only go by what I've seen and what I've experienced.
Look, this is something that I used to say to my kids all the time. I know I've said it up here before. I used to tell my kids all the time. The king runs the kingdom. The queen runs the king.
Of course.
So I get what you're saying, but just by that statement, the king runs the kingdom, but the queen runs the king. So with that statement, who's really in charge?
But I would say that's not any different now than it was then. You're on mute, AG.
Yeah, you're on mute. See, they don't even want to. They don't even want to hear you, AG.
Yeah, AG, you're on mute.
They didn't even want to hear you.
No,
You
I
about to
was
drop
saying,
some deep shit, and they was like, "No, we can't let him say that shit."
what I was saying was, it's like I understand you, and you're right, but you're still missing the point, because back at like Moby said, it's just like if Lauren did anything to upset me, I could just trade her in for someone else without any consequence, like none. I could just be like, you know what, deuces, get out.
Okay.
And what is she gonna do? Nothing. I mean,
Okay.
you ain't. And if we had kids, it's like, and you ain't gonna take my kids. So that's the kind of mentality, that savage mentality, that's not available anymore. Now within the marriage, now she does control me in a way in which she can influence me.
Yeah.
And that matters.
I don't understand how that's different now than it was then, because it was just the same back then. It may not have been more upfront and obvious. And I think that's the difference. I think the difference is now, it is very much a situation in which it's a lot more public verbal.
Yeah,
'Cause
I think we're just dancing around it, Ruben. So I'm gonna just like rip the Band-Aid off. The difference, you're right. The dynamic of that is the same. The only difference is in the last 20, 25 years, we have been told how much we need wives, but wives have been told how much they don't need us. So when that dynamic changes, like, we still get told we need them. As AG made a statement, hey, I didn't even know I was trifling until I was married, blah, blah. See, we get programmed, they throw the Bible verse at us. When a man's found a wife, he's found a good thing. And we don't necessarily go any farther past that. We're just like, hey, she's the prize. And I don't mean to say that facetiously, but it's just socially we've been programmed. Women have been programmed in the last 25 years for various reasons. Some of it is just man bashing, some of it is just systematic, some of it is just reality of financial things, and how we don't have the same roles in relationships, because most people don't have one person working in the household type relationships anymore, where everybody has a role. Now women have been told they don't really need us. And when you constantly get told you don't need somebody, you eventually start treating it as if you don't need somebody. We don't get told that at all. Like all the old models of marriage, long-lasting marriages that were presented to me, I saw men who were quiet. And I don't mean like, didn't talk. I mean, I just saw men who were like, hey, I don't really argue about a lot of things, because like my job is to keep things intact, not to be loud. I don't have to be loud to be the leader, because at the end of the day, I'm responsible for it. But that's not how the opposite sex has been getting treated in the last 25 years. Like, I just, in my opinion, okay, of course, I'm not a woman, so I can't say I know what women are being told. I can just look at like the evidence of what I see socially. We get told, women get told that you don't need that guy. If that guy doesn't make you happy all the time, then you can get rid of him. But we aren't told if that woman doesn't make you happy, you can get rid of her. We get told, well, you need to water that grass more because the grass isn't greener.
And half the time it is actually much greener.
And that's, it's interesting that you say that, because like, first of all, my TikTok feed is just dumb right now. And
because it's TikTok, which
Yeah.
inevitably that's kind of a redundant statement. My
Yeah.
TikTok feed is dumb. That's pretty much the TikTok feed. That means your TikTok is TikToking. That's what it's doing.
So you got one girl who's been like, man, she's like, yeah, before my man goes out, I give him a blowjob every time before he leaves. You get the thumbs up for that.
Yeah.
And she gives a really good reason, because she's like, if I drain him, he won't be going out there possibly looking at other stuff. And I'm just like, that's fair. It ain't true, but that's fair.
It's also a very simplistic, representation of who we are.
Yeah.
But
basically, we're simple creatures. They still can't get it right.
Yeah. And then, you have like what we've been talking about earlier is like, well, you have the woman who's like, well, I can do this, I can do that, I can do this. And then the dude's like, yeah, but the problem is you can do all that, but you don't do nothing, because you don't make his life better like he makes your life better. And I'm just like, man, that's a really good point. And that's the whole thing. Like, for me, I'm 100%. I ain't about to attempt to get into a legal document with someone who doesn't make me better, because that's just stupid.
But this is where I tell you again, you have to make sure that that's actually happened, because 9 out of 10 women don't make you better.
Correct.
It's a facade. They don't make you better, because if they left you right now, emotional attachment aside, you are much better without her. Yeah. She doesn't bring anything to the table. She doesn't hold anything down. It's like, if you think about it logically, she doesn't help you.
And see, that's
the only reason I'm saying this is I'm saying this within the construct of what women tell us all the time. I can do bad without you, or I can do bad by myself.
Yeah, there's a movie named that.
Right. Men have been doing that all the time, but we don't treat the situation the same, because there's a level of respect that men are taught to have that women really don't have anymore.
And that's why it's very important. Like, when I state things to other people, like, so what are you looking at? Like, literally, I have either family members or friends or what. So what are you looking for in a woman? I'm looking for a woman who's independent. Like, because right here at this point in time in my life, I mean, the chance of me having children is low. And then the other thing is, it's like, look, like, I'm not here at this point in my life to sit here and be like, yo, I want to be with you so I can take care of somebody else. Like, I could barely take care of my damn self. And then on top of all that is like, I want you to want me, not need me. Because if you need me, then, I mean, you may want me, but what's more important to you, the need or the want? And I ain't got time for all that bullshit. Like, and so, which goes into our question of the day, is like, I saw this somewhere else. I thought it was really a question for us to talk about, and I guess really it refers to me more so than either one of y'all, unless some shit changes that, we ain't talked about.
Yeah.
So, is it important for a woman, like at this point in time in my life, am I looking for a woman? Just say I would like to have a woman in my life, blah blah blah. Do you feel it's more important for her to have had children or have children or don't have any children at all? Like, and I've heard a lot of different things. So I'm very curious on where y'all stand with that. And I'm talking to one gentleman who doesn't have children. I mean, he's not even a stepfather because her kids are too old. And then I have another one with children. So like, I'm just very curious, like, and I'll start with AG because I mean, him and his wife got together and she had kids. Yeah, they were older, but she already had kids. So I'm very curious on how much is that a plus for her to have had children? And does it make her a better? Did it make her a better catch because she has had children? Did that affect her positively, negatively, that sort of thing?
Well, for me, the question, great question, by the way, because the question is not a simple answer. Because for me, the question all depends on, number one, how old you are.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you meet somebody and you're like I was like 43 when we met. So I'm like, if I would have been.
Well, hold on. When you re-met.
Right. Well, yeah, romantically.
Yeah,
when we got together romantically, I was
and all that stuff.
Right. We had known each other all our lives. But when we got together romantically, I was 43 years old and not in a good place. And it's just like, if I would have met someone that wanted kids or that had younger kids, it wouldn't have been a good choice for her. Now, if I'm 20 years old in the same spot, I might think differently. However, the older me would have told the younger me, yeah, I don't know if you want to do that. Because you're young enough, and if the kid is young enough, that's great, but it can be complicated if the woman isn't mature enough, if the mom is not mature enough. Because, go ahead.
I guess, so my question, so obviously it's about the woman.
It is, always.
But, and I guess, shouldn't being responsible for other people other than yourself, shouldn't that make that person more mature? Like, at least
dude, what are you saying?
I knew once I said that it was about to go bad. Like, shouldn't that have helped that person mature?
No, because you still, again, man, look, hey, I told my wife this when we first started dating, and we were just talking to Joe, not necessarily about her because her kids were so much older. But my thing was, out of all the women that I've ever dated that had kids, this is what I've learned. If the single mom lacks maturation, leave. Because it's going to be awful. Because what you get is, especially nowadays, you get to have daddy responsibilities, and then you get sometime power or no power at all. Because it's so easy for a woman to say, this is my child, what are you doing? And you're like, well, how do you answer that?
This is my house. This is what I'm doing.
Well, if it's her house, then what do you say?
All right, I'll leave.
Exactly. She has complete power over you in a way in which is not healthy if you're dealing with an unhealthy woman, which they are in abundance, apparently. And then you're going to add a kid into that? No way. Because what happened with me was this woman broke up with me and then was like, well, you should still come around to support my daughter. I'm like, huh?
It's a package deal, baby. Once you go, she goes in.
But I'm telling you right now, this is what's out there. So if you're dealing with a broken woman, and yeah, there are broken women in the world, and I'm not going to sugarcoat it. They have broken thoughts about what your responsibilities are, which are your all responsibility, 100% true story. You have no power, none. Because if you tell me when I have power, that's not real power. That's like being the president. You don't have real, like, executive, I'm the boss, shut your whole power.
Hey,
you don't.
Repeat that again, AG. I don't
What?
think people heard you about that last statement about the president.
Oh yeah, he didn't have real power. He's got to jump through too many hoops, and that's on a good day. So again, for me, if I'm 20 years old and I'm dating a woman that's got kids that are like not in their teens, that's a rough situation, because if that woman isn't mature, your life will be hell.
Most definitely. Well, I wouldn't. And that's the whole thing. Like, I'm at the age now where, like, maturity it's a necessity. Like, I can't sit here and mess with you and we can't have a conversation about
Understood.
the sky.
And the last thing I'll say about it is, I think that all men, ironically enough, should take the female stance on this whole thing. And they are very clear on, it's my prerogative to date you or not. And if you have kids and it's not a good thing, it's like ill.
Yeah, definitely.
And if I decide that the situation is good for me, then I will consider it. But I'm not afraid to put you on Front Street and say that you have kids, ill. You give me the ick, you have kids. I don't want that responsibility. I want my own kids, this and that and the other. I don't want no baby mama drama. All the things that women can say that men can't. I'm telling you right now, if you're smart, you'll listen to what I'm saying. If you're a guy and you're that young and you don't know, yeah, maybe you just shouldn't say it out loud, but say it to yourself and act on it. Because I'm telling you, it's not your responsibility to be responsible for people that you're not responsible for. But a woman will make you feel like that. Understand what's going on from an idiot that did this many times. It's the stupidest thing ever. But I'm telling you, you have rights here. You don't have to say it out loud. You ain't got to wear the belt. But trust me, you're in charge of your life. If you don't want that, keep it moving. If that's a bad thing for you, keep it moving. If you don't care, that's great. However, if the woman is off the hook, find another one, because that situation is going to get 10 times worse because there's a child involved. And then once y'all break up, because you will, you'll miss her and the kid. Heartbreaking twice over. So like I said, just be aware. You have rights. Just be aware. Don't let these women think or make you think that you owe them. You don't owe them nothing. Nothing. That is not your child. Keep that moving. And really, it's like, y'all going to date. I hope you got some money. I'm not paying for that.
Oh, definitely not. That's not even.
I mean, women can say that all day. Men aren't supposed to say that. We're supposed to pay for their whole family if they bring it.
Shit.
I'm like, what? But again, like I said, that's another conversation altogether. Be aware you have rights in this. You don't have to pretend because of some shame. You have rights in this. If you don't like it, okay. Because I promise you, you are responsible. But don't let anybody make you responsible for something you're actually not even responsible for. Because once you get married, you're kind of stuck. So just saying, just be aware. So that's what I got to say about that.
Moby?
I mean, I think AG touched on a lot of the points that I would say too. But I mean, I think age plays a huge role in it. Like, if I was talking to a guy, I would say 28 and under, and he was like, "Hey, man, should I, want to date a girl because if she has kids?" I would vehemently say, absolutely not. And that is not for me to say a woman has lesser value because she has kids from a previous relationship before she gets there. But she should have lesser value to you. And once again, that sounds cold-hearted, kind of like AG saying, but yeah, if 26, 27-year-old me, when I was like 25, I tried to date a girl that had kids, and she kind of put me in my place early, saying that, I could never understand what she was going through and all that. So I just exited out the situation. I'm so thankful for that, because I was too stupid at the time to realize that why should I want to engage in traditional start of relationship values with somebody who's starting from a different place in their life. It should be okay, like AG said, for me to have a preference that in my 20s, If you're a female with kids, you are of lesser interest to me than somebody without. I'm not saying your value as a person is lower. I'm not saying that you shouldn't get the same respect and any of that. I'm simply saying, as AG said, I should be able to say, I don't date chicks with kids because I ain't got time for your baby daddy drama. I ain't got time to be a part-time parent. I ain't got time to be trying to invest in you and the kid and getting close to a kid that at any point in time you can just say, I'm out and leave, and I have no rights or ability to stay in contact with that kid. Like when women say it's a package deal, it really ain't. It ain't a package deal. It's you're the deal and you have a package. So if you leave, you get to take the package with you. That's not a package deal.
That was hilarious. That is so true.
But I'm gonna say it's not a package deal. It's you are holding a package. So if I grab you, inadvertently I'm having a package. But at any point in time, you who are the deal can leave with said package, and I can't do anything about it. So why would I want that? Now, if you are, say, 30 and up, it's almost unrealistic for you to walk around saying, hey, I don't want to be with anybody who doesn't have kids. Because now you're reaching a point where you're like, all right, you're kind of asking for a unicorn, which it's still within your rights to do. But just know you are narrowing that pond down significantly.
To a trickle.
Yeah, so you're really narrowing it down, especially if you actually want to have kids. Because I mean, a lot of times, by mid-30s, if you ain't had kids, it's either because you just ain't found nobody to have them with, or because you don't want them anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, if the woman just doesn't want them anyway, then cool, whatever. But if you want them and she ain't got them, and she ain't got them at this point in time, she might not want them. So you still might be at different places in this relationship quest. But no, I mean, I know it just like AG said, it gets shoved down guys' throat that like, just because she has kids, it shouldn't be held against her. And why is it held against fathers when they have kids? And the truth is, it absolutely is held against dads when we have kids, if you choose to make it that way. Because I mean, personally, I feel like anybody who gets impregnated by Future, you get what you get. You know what I'm saying? Like,
we gotta bring Future into this.
No, but here's what I'm saying. Like, if a woman said, "Hey, I don't want to date no dude that's got 6 kids from 7 baby mamas," like, cool. We say we get it. That's well within your right. But then if that same chick then gets, impregnated by Future, and then she's crying to the hills about this dude being a deadbeat, bitch, you had 6 other examples of why he was gonna be one. Why should I feel bad for you?
I just think it's funny that he said 6 kids with 7 baby mamas. I was really trying to figure out that math, but I was gonna let that shit go because I was just like, how that shit work out? Like you get two twins pregnant and their kids merged into one. Like, what the fuck is that?
I'm just saying, like just like AG said, it should be okay for guys to have a dating preference as well. And at some point, we throw out the word responsibility, and Ruben, you throw out the word responsibility when you talked about it. Should having kids make you more responsible? And here's the thing. I firmly believe this. I believe this at the core of my being. I will fucking die on this hill. Women have several responsibilities that men will never have. However, women ain't held accountable for shit. So men have accountability and women have responsibility. And here's the example. If I impregnate a female and I choose to not be in that kid's life and not do anything for her, no child support, I get deemed as irresponsible. But the courts and all that can hold my ass accountable financially. They can garnish my wages. They can do all types of shit. I will get held accountable. There is no level of accountability for that woman. She has a lot of responsibilities now because we see that she needs to, we basically put it in her plate that she needs to take care of this kid, but we don't really hold her accountable because we do tons of stuff in our power to help her out. Assistance, forcing a guy to pay. See, so women get to boast about being responsible and guys aren't responsible. Yes, but y'all aren't accountable. Like, women suffer with accountability the way men suffer with responsibility, because oftentimes we get forced accountability, not necessarily forced responsibility. Because once again, what 50 Cent say, have a baby, buy me baby, be a millionaire, I write the check before the baby born. Who the fuck cares? Like, he can choose, hey, I don't want to have nothing to do with it, but I mean, financially, I guess I got to be accountable. I got to pay. But that's not responsibility, that's accountability. Just like with a woman, you're taking care of the kids, it's yours, that's your responsibility. But accountability would be me holding you accountable for your part in making this kid as well. And we don't do that. If I get a woman pregnant and she doesn't want it, she can terminate. She can adopt. She can just put the kid up for adoption. She can do all types of stuff. That's responsibility, not accountability. I get a woman pregnant and I go, hey, I don't want nothing to do with this. Like, I don't want this. Well, too bad. You're accountable for your actions. So that's when you add kids to the equation. That's why AG is saying, hey, if you're dating a woman with kids, you kind of get what you get, because you're going to be held accountable. If you're dating her, you're going to be also held accountable for the kids. And at any moment, she can pull the responsibility thing and say, well, this kid's my responsibility. I'm out. And so, yeah, man, at your age, Ruben, it's kind of impossible for you to even entertain the idea of dating a woman who doesn't have kids unless she just don't want them. You might find that woman who's, age mature, and she's like, hey, kids just never happen. And at this point in time, I'm kind of good on that. Cool. But if you eliminating women because they got kids at your age, like, basically you might as well just say, I don't want to fucking date women.
Well, actually, the cool part of being Ruben's age is the fact that, like in my case,
a lot of women
kids
have
are out of
kids
the
that are adults now. Like,
yeah, they don't even care. I mean, they care, but they don't have the same. They don't have the same juice as a child living at home.
Yeah, it's like my mom dating the guy she dates now. I mean, I've known the guy pretty much my whole life, but I mean, I don't give a fuck. Like, I mean, you're grown. You know what I'm saying? Like, he ain't never gotta be stepdaddy to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's whatever.
Stepdaddy. Stepdaddy.
So the fact that she has kids is never gonna be an issue for him because I'm a fucking adult.
Well, and that's the thing, like, because I don't foresee myself. So it's kind of gonna fall in a couple different realms with me. I'm either going to meet someone who had kids but never married, just because that's not something she wanted to do, or I'm gonna find a woman who's had kids and she's probably divorced for whatever reason. Once again, hopefully that shit ain't got nothing to do with me.
I mean, the divorce reason would be because it's kind of statistically an inevitability.
Yeah. Yeah. But there's still there's some women out here who are scarred, because you don't know why people got divorced sometimes. The rich people are just like irreconcilable differences. Poor people are just like, well, he hit me.
Hey, Ruben, time out. Let me let you in on the secret, bro. It's a little known secret. Don't nobody get divorced without scars.
Oh, of course not.
Nobody.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, people might say, "Oh, I'm so much happier now." Trust me, that's because some scars have healed, or they lying about them scars. Don't nobody get divorced.
Or they lying.
Don't nobody get divorced without some scars. Like, it just don't happen.
I mean, because it's funny, because I was talking to somebody about this the other day, and just having a conversation with them, and I quoted Scott Pilgrim versus the World, when Ramona was like, everyone gets hurt in breakups. She didn't use that particular word, but she was basically saying, hey man, when you break up with somebody, everybody gets hurt. You just don't not get hurt, and whatever. So yeah, I 100% agree with that. And I would be more shocked if I met somebody. Yeah, I got a divorce, but fuck that guy, and I ain't got no scars. I would be scared to be with
No,
that person.
no, you shouldn't be scared to be with that person. That's probably just a person that's comfortable with lying.
That's why I
And
would be scared.
Comfortable line.
Because that's the whole thing, right? Because
I mean, most
regardless
people
of,
are comfortable with lying about their fears. I mean, that's most
yeah,
people
but
are.
but still, like, once again, every breakup has pain, and everybody deals with it in their own way. But both parties have a scar, like you said. So no, I'd probably be just like skeptical. I'd be very skeptical if I was ever told that directly. But yeah, man. So part of me is like, I'm probably gonna. It's probably gonna be more like the AG situation. I'll meet a young lady. She's had like 2 or 3 kids, but they grown, and she out here living her best life. And once again, then the situation comes up.
Man, you selling yourself short, bro. She not living her best life until you get in
Well,
That's
I
what I was gonna
understand
say. I'm
it.
gonna turn all that around. Man.
Right.
I said that's what she said. That's what she said. But I understand that, and that's the whole thing, right? It's like, it's out there, and so everybody asks me, so what you doing? I mean, first of all, I ain't really doing nothing because I'm just not. The second thing is like, you know, I am very much into my story is already written, and every day is it's a different story. So, you know, I'm not saying I'm never going to
Man,
do
don't that
this or
shit get
that.
old though, man? People asking you what you waiting for and everything. I mean, that's just weird to me because like we give people such like ridiculous juxtapositions of standards because it's like
Yeah.
if you get with somebody and it don't work, we go, well, maybe you rushed into it, or maybe you didn't do enough time getting to learn that person. You didn't do enough, and now if you don't get with somebody, it's like, what you waiting for? It's like, yo, I'm waiting for the time that I feel like it's the time. Like I
Oh
just wish
yeah.
other people would just mind your fucking business. Like
So,
I'm saying, like next time
He
somebody
always
say what
defaults to that.
I'm just saying, next time somebody tell you what you waiting for, just like mind your fucking business, man. Like
so I mean, and that's really the family thing, because like, of course,
and sometimes those are the people you got to say that to the most. Hey, mind your fucking business.
well,
I
Don't do
mean,
that, Ruben. Do
respectfully,
that.
respectfully,
I can't say
Okay.
that shit.
you got to
Okay.
say, hey, that's none of your that's none of your business, and I appreciate if you stay out my personal affairs.
I mean, no, I wouldn't say that either, because I like life, I like living. Things are good. But nah, man. So it's interesting, right? Because when you're younger, the question, and you don't bring women around because that's not what you do. You know, you get asked, "Well, are you gay?" And it's like, what is wrong with you? Just
Yeah,
because
I was there before. Yeah.
you ain't
Hey,
see my
did I
hoes around here, that
did
don't
I
mean I
ever
don't
tell
be
you about the
hoeing.
story? My grandma's church did that to me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you did.
did.
Yeah, it was funny.
Oh man, I'm telling you, man, it'll shut that shit down. Nobody ever asks you again.
Yeah, but your grandma got pissed at you, and I don't know if that was worth it, but it worked for you. So
Nah, she probably she was pissed because I said it, but I think deep down in her soul, she was thinking he kind of got a point.
she probably wanted you to say it a little differently, though.
Oh, of course, my grandma was like, "Hey, that's not the way we conduct ourselves in the First Baptist Church." And I wanted to be like, "Look, man, have these people senile and old anyway. They ain't gonna remember I said that."
Yeah. So I
He said,
mean, like, so yeah, it's but then you bring the girl around. Well, you don't get that question down. Now the next question is when you get married or when you're doing this. I'm just like, well, we ain't together no more. Every once in a while, I get to, how's she doing? We ain't been together in like 10 years. What do you mean? I don't know.
I mean,
I
you should bet worse than she's ever done before.
don't. But it's just it's funny, man. Yeah, So it's just like it's whatever. But my thing is you know the I feel like when it's right for me for a nice young lady to enter my life, and make her life better, like it's gonna happen. And when that gets there, I mean, everybody gonna know. Cause I mean, after I get the clearance, I'm gonna talk about it a little bit, and then I'm gonna talk about the stress that she gives me, so I can be like on y'all page until I get married, and then we got a whole new show after that. That shit, the show then becomes real.
Ruben,
Is
you
it-
might want to, work on your percentages on how often you talk about the stress that she gives you.
Here's the thing, Ruben. The correct answer is she never adds to your stress. Sometimes she just doesn't add to your peace. Because my person doesn't ever stress me out. Sometimes she just doesn't add to the peace, and that's okay. It's not her responsibility to add to my peace, even though she is my peace. But we human. We all human out here. So she's living life the same way I am, and you bring your stress to the relationship, and it's not your stress anymore. It's our stress. It's our stress.
You sound like you're sending a message there.
I
So
know.
I'm gonna
That's
let you
why I'm
do
sorry
that.
not
I'm
laughing.
gonna let you do that.
Bro, that's not a message. That's the truth, man. But here's the thing, and AG can attest to this. Anything that stresses you stresses y'all.
Absolutely.
So
He's
so
upset, you're upset.
yeah, exactly. So it's not. No, I think sometimes we as men give off the perception that you know we want these women to stop nagging us or stop stressing us out. No, we want these women to stop being stressed out so we can not be stressed out, because I can't be in a house with somebody that I love who's upset without it bothering me. And if I could be in a house full of women who were upset all the time and it didn't bother me, why the fuck would you want me in the house?
Either that or you're just a sociopath, which
It's
again, why would you want me in the house? 'Cause I'm getting ready to kill
exactly.
you. Just saying. Remember that dude
mean-
that threw the flowering pot at his wife and killed her? Yeah, that's that guy. Just saying.
Don't be that guy.
Don't be that guy. But he's right though. If your spouse is upset, you're upset too.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you
So,
better be. You better be.
That
Well,
is
these
true
things-
also. That is because sometimes you don't care.
I bet yeah, look,
Or
trust me.
it's like it's a simple thing, but if you say it, oh my, please don't.
See, here's the
So-
thing, man. I am going to divulge too much information right now. So I got a lot of women in my house, man. I do. I got a lot of women in my house, and I love them all. And you know what I'm saying? I love them all. So when
all four.
when they're bickering with each other, in my head, I could care less, because that's just two people less to be mad at me. That's the selfish part of me thinking, like, when they mad at each other, cool, ain't nobody fucking bothering me now. But the guy in me understands that eventually that shit is coming back to me. Somehow it's gonna come to me. So I better try to resolve it now before it escalates.
I mean, facts. I mean,
Because
what? I mean,
really, if they're arguing in the other room, that ain't got nothing to do with me. You know what I'm saying? And look, I mastered minding my motherfucking business a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? Like I stay out of white folk business. I stay out of women folk business. Like, you know what I'm saying? They ain't got shit to do with me.
they stay out of white folks.
I mean, but you're not wrong.
But at the same time, when they in the house and I know, like, I love them both and I know they're both upset, I know eventually that shit coming back to me. So I can wait for that shit to snowball and really fuck me up, or I can just be like, as much as I would love to just, take this round off, I gotta intervene. Or
Yeah.
I gotta at least give them a new target.
Well, I got to ask you a question, because you do have 4 different personalities in your house that are all women. How do you approach choosing sides? Do you choose the side
Oh,
that
no, my brother. See, you are dangerous right there when you say choosing sides, because there is only one answer. The person that's let me put my penis in them always wins.
Oh shit!
Always wins.
that is the intro. That is
Always wins.
Thank you.
I mean, I've tried this.
I just thought maybe the daughters might come in
No.
sometimes.
I have to eloquently tell them. I don't say that to them, but sometimes I go, "Hey, she was my wife before y'all were here. Therefore, she's got rank." But the
Okay.
truth of the matter is, it's like, nah, man. Wherever your dick goes, that's where your allegiance needs to lie.
Understood. Understood. Understood.
Yeah.
Happy wife,
So-
happy life is in every situation. Understood.
I mean,
So honestly, it's not a picking the side. It's like, the lines are already drawn. Like me, I'm just trying to keep everybody in their position. I'm trying to explain to my daughter that, hey, you just ain't got the juice. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can be right
you
and
ain't
wrong
talking
at the
shit,
same
man.
fucking time. Like, you know what I'm saying? You might be like your mom could be arguing that water isn't wet right now. But you cannot start yelling, you don't know what the fuck you talking about because water is wet. Like, no, you are fucking wrong. Not because of what you saying, because you ain't got the leverage to do what it is you doing. You ain't paying for shit. You can't fucking leave and go to your own place. You don't own shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hell, you only have your name because of us. Like, so technically you don't have shit without us. You ain't got your DNA, your chromosome, your name, nothing. We own all that shit right now.
You went all the way to an atomic level. You don't own nothing.
Like, I told my daughters the other day, I was like, look, you lucky you came out my balls. And I thought that was like an endearing love statement. Like, you lucky you came out my balls. I wouldn't tolerate some of the shit y'all do if you weren't a part of me.
Wow. You told your daughters that?
They know where the fuck they came from.
Did they give you the look like, damn, Dad, did you have to really say that shit?
Yeah, I mean, Katie side eyes me, but she don't argue with it because she understands he ain't wrong.
Woo!
Well,
Oh man!
at least they definitely your kids, because if they want your kids, you couldn't say that.
Nah, yeah, I wouldn't say that.
Hey, you ain't come out of my balls, so
Yeah,
I
you ain't
can't
come out
help
of my
you.
balls. I can give two shits about you right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? See, that's why I also be like, shout out to the guys who are real stepdads. Like, two of our boys, Ike and Ron. You know what I'm saying? Came
Black
in.
Ron.
You know what I'm saying? They came in doing the. I don't even like calling them stepdaddy. They just stepped into a fathership role. You know what I'm saying? And I commend them because I don't know if I could do it, especially when they started to get older and they have that argument with the wife, because now I ain't got no personal allegiance with you. You know what I'm saying? So now you just some random person disrespecting my wife now. Like, I ain't got no ties to you. Like, no, I don't know how I would do with that. Like, when my daughter and my wife are arguing, like, I'm still tied to her. Like, I'm still like, hey, we still have a connection here. But if she was somebody else's, I might be like, hey, who the fuck are you? Yeah, you can get the fuck out. Or where's your actual daddy at? Like,
Let's call your sorry ass
Well,
daddy.
You said, "Where's your actual daddy?"
Let's call your sorry ass
because
daddy.
I can't hit no kid, but I can go hit him.
He wasn't even there. Why you gonna hit him?
Because I can't hit her.
Not without going to jail.
And see, and that's why my daughters have like a one up, because like I can't hit myself. I mean, I can, but I mean, why would I do that? So when they do something that's wrong, I'm like, they probably got that from me anyway. So I can't be so mad. They did actually come out my balls. So
Have you taken the doors off their rooms yet?
have I taken the what?
The doors off their rooms?
I mean, my oldest daughter lost her door for like a year.
Really? A year?
Yeah, she ain't no door for what? AG, she don't own shit, which means she also doesn't own privacy.
I mean, okay. Okay.
What she need that door for?
Nothing.
She needs something she can't use.
Never mind.
When she shuts her door now, I'm like, yo, you realize I want 8? I couldn't shut my door till I was 18. And you out here shutting doors and shit? Like, you out here with free door handle like capabilities? Like, you just move that bitch as you choose fit?
Oh
Man, not in Yolanda Brown's house.
Oh my God.
If I shut my door in Yolanda Brown's house, she probably would have just started shooting through the door. Wouldn't even ask no question. Just because she would just assume, hey, something must be going on in that room. They ain't got no business going on in that room. The first time I was in my mama's house and she shut my door while I had company over there, it made me feel like she didn't care about me no more. Like, goddamn, this woman don't give a fuck about me no
She would
more.
just turn 18 though. Because
I had.
Is she staying?
Yeah, she said she's staying. I'm just like, what is happening?
You turned 18. That's what
Like,
happened.
shit, you old enough to have your own kids now. Get the fuck out of my house.
Well, that was always her rule anyway. If I had
Exactly.
kids, we were gonna have to get out of the house. So
She
it didn't
gave
matter
him
what
luggage.
age that happened.
She gave him luggage for his 18th birthday. Can't get more clear than that.
Oh my god. Oh, but back to I wanted to speak on the other thing that you were talking about with the running into problems with other people, with women and shit. That did happen to me when I was younger. I was dating this one girl, and I guess something happened in the area, and this other girl, like, I mean, because back in the day, you did dumb shit like give chicks your class ring, so God knows. So it's like everybody knows she belongs to you or some shit, you know, whatever.
That's back in the olden days.
That's back in the olden days.
Yeah, that was very unplayer like in my day.
Unplayer like.
Unplayer like that unplayer like.
It's what it is. So, you know, the other girl's like, oh, whose shit is that? Blah, blah, blah. So I literally walked to his room, and literally both of them are running at me. Like, da, 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 da. I looked at both of them and just walked out. I just left because I was like, what's not going to happen is this.
I mean, it already happened. So
I mean, but I'm not involved. Fuck this. I'm out. And I just took the coward's way out, and I was fine with that.
I mean, how did that work out for you? Did they just stop talking about it?
I mean, yeah, they calmed the fuck down.
I ain't say that they calmed down. I said that they just stopped talking about it. See.
Well, I mean, the problem, it was information, because, like, you know, the other person wanted information. Like, when this happened, she was like, it's not your goddamn business. And, you know, now, did they talk about it after I left? Fuck if I know. All I know is when I came back, shit was cool.
Hey, like I said, you out here giving stuff that's unplayer like.
I mean,
in
but
my
I wasn't
day.
a player like you, sir.
I want to play either, but I did understand what unplayer like behavior was.
Not once again, but I would say that we're definitely different generations.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Because you're right. In your generation, y'all ain't do crazy shit like that.
No, in my generation,
Everybody just knew.
We tried to pretend that we were so cool that we didn't give a fuck about none of these hoes. Like, I mean, I'm just saying that's like 90s. That's what 90s was about. Like, you couldn't be out here being nice to chicks and you know, doing sentimental things. You had to do that stuff on the low. You know what I'm saying? You had to do that. Like, I was scared to talk sweet to girls, like thinking you might have me on three-way and somebody might hear me saying some sucker shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he is not wrong. That's why I was labeled so lame when I was a kid, because I didn't care. I didn't know the rules.
see, I knew the rules. I violated them a lot, but nobody could prove it. You know what I'm saying? So I was always trying to
He
keep
said
that shit
nobody
on the
could
low.
prove it.
You know what I'm saying? I was trying to keep that shit on the low. Yeah, I was like, yeah, babe, you know I miss you. Hold on. Who else on the phone? Who else on the phone?
Who was on the phone? I heard some breathing. I heard a fit. What's that?
Hey, let me call you back. Let me call you back. No, don't call me back. I'm gonna call you back.
Oh man.
I just realized I stopped caring about some of that when I started falling asleep on chicks on the phone. Just
Hey,
whatever.
look, man.
I've woken up to a couple of down tones in my day. I'm like, my bad, girl.
Wow.
I mean, because shit, I used to snore back in the day, so I guess.
Hey, look, man.
everybody knew what I was
I
doing.
remember. See, this generation, the younger generation, will never understand what you're talking about. Like back in the day, you used to be on the phone with a young lady in the late hours talking about absolutely nothing.
Or you didn't talk at all.
Look, a lot of times as a guy, I was just listening. You know what I'm saying? I'm just listening and adding the correct ad libs to make the conversation go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we were
totally agree.
we were ad libbing way before Jeezy and the Migos. Like she'd be talking, and I'd be like, what? Yo, for real? Nah. Hey man, that shit crazy.
You're not wrong on that. You're not
Oh,
wrong
man.
Oh,
on
that shit crazy. Oh, she did what?
And actually, you know, it's a skill that will carry you well into your marriage.
Oh,
Oh yeah, because I'm so no, I'm not. I was about to lie to y'all and be like, I'm so much better at acting like I'm engaged, but she would argue and say, hell no, you're not, because I'm not. Like I I try. I really do.
Do you try?
I don't. No, I don't. I mean,
Exactly. No, stop lying. Stop
no,
lying.
no. Here. I'm not lying. I do try, but what it is, I've got so good at like tuning shit out.
But she already knows you're tuning out,
Yeah, but that's the thing. I'm so good at it that I don't know I'm doing it sometimes.
even though she knows you're doing it clearly.
Yeah, like because sometimes like I will have lost 3 minutes of life as she's been talking, and I legit don't know anything she said in the last 3 minutes, but I know I know I was looking right at her. I was nodding at the right time. You know what I'm saying? I was doing all of it's like everybody knows this. Like when you drive home and you
You're
tired
on autopilot.
and you get home and
You
you
don't know
couldn't recall any of the
God.
drive,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
you got there.
Yeah.
That's me in conversation. I've even responded where I'm supposed to.
Oh shit. Oh my God.
But you
She
know
loves
that
you,
she
dog.
already knows you doing this.
She
man.
does, and she gets mad at me. She's like, you love the fact that you can tune me out. And the thing is, she ain't wrong, but I hate the fact that I can do it uncontrollably. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a skill you need to be able to control. You know what I'm saying? Like if you could, it's like Professor X. If you can read people's thoughts, you want to be able to control that shit because you don't want to be reading other people's thoughts all the fucking time.
That's true.
So like I don't want to tune her out when I don't want to. Sometimes
No,
sometimes I really want to be engaged, and I'm just like, what? We had a conversation about that.
Moby, look, man. What you're not considering, as far as I'm concerned, is the fact that you've been married 12 years, right?
No, man.
How long?
I'm about to be 15, man. I'm
Okay, well, that's even better. If you have been doing this for 15 years, you're bound to be an expert. You realize that, right?
bro. I'm past expert. I'm elite.
That's
I
exactly
am
my point.
elite with it.
Exactly.
I'm so elite. I don't know I'm doing it.
Exactly.
I do that shit at work all the time.
And the thing is, man, like it sounds like a joke, but sometimes I just mentally tap out. And that's when I do it. Like mentally, I got a lot on my mind, and I'm just like, my brain just goes, "Don't worry, nigga, we got you."
Is that what your brain says?
Like, don't worry, we got you. We'll take it from here.
Oh shit.
We'll
You know-
take it from here.
The funny thing about that, man, I unfortunately can that movie Inside Out with the people in the people's head and shit.
Oh yeah, it's
I can
hilarious.
see that dude stepping in. His name is Tune Out.
Yeah,
Hey, it's my turn. Let me jump in.
we'll take it from here.
Yeah. He's like, hey, you got a lot on your mind. I got you. I got you. Just go figure out that other thing that's been bothering you for a couple weeks now. We'll hold it down from here.
Well, at least your
We'll
wife
give you a
understands.
recap of the events later.
You got NFL Red Zone.
That would be the greatest app ever. Relationships Red Zone. Oh my
man.
god.
Oh
I
man.
just need to remember what's important. I just show me what's important.
And like I said, we're laughing about it, and I'm really serious, man. I don't be meaning to do it sometimes, man.
Understood.
It just happens, man. And like gift and a curse, man.
Hey man,
Gift and a curse.
that means your wife loves you because she knows that you do it, and she still be trying.
I mean, you know what? That is true. But it also means that in spite of her knowing that I may be tuning her out, she loves talking that much that she's willing to just accept that there's a substitute Negro here right now.
He always finds a way to jab his wife, man.
No, that's not a jab. It's just like, yo, she know who I am. So she knows when she goes on the hypothetical train or yeah, she knows I'm checking out. But
Well, see, that's on her because we all know that you don't like the hypothetical. Why does she keep doing that?
look, man, because she loves it, man. And like, look, man, it's fair that there should be compromise. So just because I hate it doesn't mean I shouldn't engage in it sometimes because I know she loves it. But I mean, sometimes I just ain't got the mental capacity to do it. And then, like I said, it just take over. And
This podcast
We'll take it from
either
here.
This podcast either makes your relationship awesome and stronger, or God bless
Nah,
America.
man, it don't do either one, man. This is just honest analysis of like the strength of love that woman absolutely has to have for me to tolerate me, because I am insufferable about some of my quirks. Some of my quirks, they say you should be getting better. You should be working on yourself, and I think I am, but I mean, there's some quirks that I'm like almost OCD about it. Where like it's an involuntary tick. I don't know I'm doing it when I'm doing it. I know I do it, but just because you know you do something doesn't mean you've gained the skills to stop it.
Hilarious.
You can't even hope to contain it. It's just.
And don't get me wrong, man. I feel like in every relationship, everybody got them quirks that bothers your significant other, and you don't mean it, but you can't stop it. And she got plenty of them that bother me, and I know it, and she can't stop it. So I'm just, I can't get mad at her for doing her shit. You know what I'm saying? Like she didn't sneak me with it. You know what I'm saying? Ain't like she snuck it on me 15 years in. Like this, most of that shit been from day one.
Well, at least she understands that. I mean, it could be worse. You could be just falling asleep on her ass while she's talking to you, straight up. I'm known for that shit. Man.
You might want to fix that, sir.
Yeah,
I mean, tuning somebody out is one thing. Falling asleep,
woo. For me, it's 1% tone. So that's why I can't. I know for a fact if she's got a certain tone, that shit ain't gonna work.
Wow.
Okay. The only thing I'm telling you is you might want to work on that.
I mean, with who?
I'm just being aware is the first thing. Being self-aware is.
Well, I'm
really
very
good.
self-aware, baby. If you keep talking, I'm going to sleep.
Hey, I don't know if that's the move either. To say it like I ain't never seen nobody use sleep as a threat. Hey, look, I'm gonna let you know right now, lady. You keep on talking to me like that if you want to. I'm gonna be sleeping in the motherfucker.
I'm not gonna jump you. I'm not gonna walk in the room. I'm going to sleep right here.
I'm gonna let you know right now. You keep taking that tone with me, we gonna be some snoring motherfuckers up in here. Hey.
I'm gonna just walk up, go to bed, yo. Stop.
Oh man.
Yeah, I got quirks too. Trust me. Whoever ends up with this guy over here will have earned it, or just want to put themselves through punishment. One of the two. I'll almost take either. But oh man, the boys been doing some things, but we've been talking about a lot of shit.
Actually, I want to get Britt
We
Malone.
really ain't been
first.
talking nothing. We ain't been talking about nothing.
Britt Malone said something really funny when I was telling. It's when we were talking about my feet, my toenails. He said she experienced the agony of defeat. That was hilarious, but I ain't want to.
That was terrible.
It wasn't. It was funny.
That is an awesome dad joke. You don't
really
get it. That is an awesome dad joke.
10 out of 10, bro. That was
Yeah.
good. You know it.
I hate dog chicks so much.
It's okay,
Motherfuckers are the
man.
worst, man.
You ain't gotta like them, but you gotta acknowledge that was a good one.
It really was.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man. It's a lot of shit talking up here today.
Chat GPT.
Yeah. Mo B be turning on Chat GPT mode. That's funny. Mo B has a self-driving conversation, but disabled when he's got to look at the road. What? Oh my god. I thought this was good.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie though. That is the one time where I can't tune her out is when I'm driving.
Because you got to focus.
I don't know if that's what it is. I think it's because I'm already focused on something else that like it's not straining me to like maybe I'm a multitasker when it comes like I need other stimuli to be going on.
So well, she's gonna have conversations.
Is that can you really use that though?
Hey baby, let's go for a ride. I gotta talk to you about something. You be driving all goddamn night.
You're right. I mean,
be in Pennsylvania before it's over.
Oh shit. Moby is Henry Kissinger and the other women are Vietnam. Wow. That's
pretty funny.
Yeah. It's some good ones up here today. Oh yeah, Black Watch Jobs. Happy Pride Month.
That's right. It is a smother.
It is. You know, W.R. Brown. Sadly, being a parent's the only job doesn't require interview application.
Truth.
I don't know about
No,
all
the
that.
president, the
I thought she
presidency
was talking
does.
about parenting in particular.
Yeah, but the presidency doesn't require interview
Oh, that's
or
a good
application.
proven.
Yeah, absolutely. So we can't ask a woman to follow their vocation to be a homemaker. That's for chief kicker. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's kind of fucked up. Moby, you need to get a back scratcher.
I mean,
Get the-
according to you, it should be my wife.
I mean,
Oof. Oof. I think your name's
not-
Mud with 2 D's, sir.
I'm not in that relationship. So
You kind of are now.
I mean, you know what? I'm still not, and it's all good.
Hey, I just want y'all to know though, she is the best back scratcher in the world. Like,
Yeah, I get that.
hands down, hands down.
And that's why she should do it more. But hey, whatever.
I need to do better. I need to do better before I get it. I don't deserve back scratches.
Mogo Cowboy, do you use safety glass while weed whacking? No, I just use these motherfuckers right here.
That's not good. That's not good, man.
Well, I'm gonna tell you why though. It's because one, look, man, my ears are about medium size and shit, and I can't fit another pair of safety glasses on top of them. And on top of that, because my glasses have the it goes dark, I can't really take them off. Because I'm to the point where I can see without them, but I'd rather not look at the bright light and shit.
Okay, those are some cute excuses, but I'm telling you right now, do something because the
Yeah,
last
wait till you get a high-powered blade of grass hitting you right in the eye.
Oh, I didn't say I get hit in the face today. I got hit in the face.
Nah. I'm talking about wait till you take one right in the eye for real.
yes,
Well,
I'm telling you, man. I mean, you think you're okay until you're not, and you're not fast enough. And it feels like some of that debris goes around your lenses. So I'm telling you, either at least get because see, I don't know if what you're wearing is rated for safety to start with, and number two, at least you can get some side shields. What I'm telling you is
They're rated for real.
you need to find the right PPE for this, man, because I don't want you to be blind. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, I'm halfway there, so
Trust me, halfway is better than all the way.
I'm done. You do you, boo. If you like,
I mean, it's crazy you to do bitching about not wanting to be in pain, but then you making excuses around it. All right, that's cool. When it happened and you up here with an eye patch on, I'm just be like, hey, I don't want to hear your bitching.
I'm just gonna go R.
All right, sure, that was cute. And you say you don't like dad jokes.
I didn't think that was a dad joke.
No, it was just a bad joke.
I mean, I never said I was funny. So,
Blinky.
I'm gonna call Ruben Blanky. Safety squints aren't good enough.
Exactly. Thank you, Moto Cowboy.
I mean, you know, I learn stuff every day. So, but yeah, man. So, AG, what's on your mind, bro?
I want to shout out to my wife, man. I just want to let you know, let everybody know. I got me a foxhole ride or die type chick, man. That's all I got to say. It hasn't been an easiest year. It hasn't been a rough year either, but what I do know is she was always there. Whatever she could do, she did. And when she couldn't do anything, she didn't make it worse. So that's my chick.
So, thank you, AG. Somebody told me something
Okay.
about you, and I found it to be interesting.
Okay.
And you always prove it to me,
What's that?
which is awesome. So this person was like, you know, man, I listen to y'all show. I was like, that's cool. Yo, man, AG is like Shamar Moore. I was like, what? She was like, you remember Criminal Minds, right? Yeah. Bro, he talks about his wife like Shamar Moore talked about the old girl, baby girl. I was like, I mean, he rides or die with his wife.
Yeah, man. I mean, I wouldn't have got married if I couldn't do that.
I mean, so yeah, man. I just wanted to let you know somebody called you Shamar Moore.
Well, see, you really can't say that because he never had a relationship with her.
I mean,
Well,
he had
yeah.
a relationship. It's just not I guess romantic, but it's
They were
still
brother and sister. It was like,
When I say it's still a relationship.
yeah, it is. It is.
But But remember back in the day, people used to get mad because real dudes don't treat their real like girlfriends or wives like he treated her, and they won't even date.
I didn't know that was a thing. Was that a
Oh,
thing?
oh my God.
I mean, I watched that show religiously. I didn't know it was a
The
thing.
black women got upset. The black women got upset about that
Okay.
tremendously.
It doesn't take much for that to happen, though. I mean, that wasn't even a shot at him. I'm just saying, like historically, it doesn't take much for that to happen.
Hey man, I know how to throw the alley-oop. That's what I'm talking about.
No, that wasn't no dunk. That was just a straight line statement. Historically, it don't take much for that to happen.
But yeah, they were unhappy about that. But he was just like, man, whatever.
Yeah.
So cool. I just
He
wanted
was
to let
he
you
was
know.
just like, hey, that's the way the shit was written in the script, so that's what we did. Like shit, I here getting this money.
I'm trying to get paid. What the fuck you doing?
I'm out here being my light skinned Morris Chestnut self.
Fuck that guy.
Why?
Why we gotta do
Why?
so much chest up?
Just
I mean, AG, is there that much difference in the two?
no.
I mean, Ruben gets mad that Morris Chestnut never loses. Please give me some roles where he's losing.
Never.
Hey,
Not
Alicia Moore got shot at in The Brothers.
Motherfucker,
Nigga,
Morris
he was-
Chestnut got killed. He got killed in the movie. He got shot in the back with a shotgun.
And
It
let's not forget it
really-
came all the way through. I'm just saying, man. He took a L, and I don't.
He
I
lost his
forgot-
wife on Christmas, man.
He played in that fire that
And then
firefighter
he
movie,
gave
and
birth.
got burned.
He helped a woman give birth to a baby.
Ruben, losing your wife is not an equal thing to helping someone else birth another child. Trust me, not an apples to oranges thing, not even a fruit to fruit thing. That's just two different things. It's two different fucking events that happen. They don't balance each other out. And you trying to use it as something to balance it out is fucking sad and pathetic, man.
When one life goes, another comes.
Oh my goodness! And you had to mention Morris Chestnut. I knew this was gonna happen.
I mean, I was good, man, and then
Once again, ain't too much different. He's a light-skinned Morris Chestnut. He don't lose either.
Yeah, like never.
He don't lose.
I mean, they were going to
Even-
cancel
even-
SWAT, and then they gave another season in the last minute. It was terrible.
Even
Great
that
show,
role
though.
in that Tyler Perry movie where they put them awful fake ass cornrows on him. He ain't even losing that movie, man.
Oh man,
The
why?
only person that lost was whoever had to put their name on hair design for that set. Because like you should never get work. You should never.
They
get
were
work.
awful. I'm like, how many different ways can you disrespect men, Tyler Perry?
oh my god,
Come
that's
on,
hilarious.
man. That was terrible. Why
Oh,
didn't they
yeah.
let him be bald?
His
I
damn
ain't gotta talk about
his
the man's
damn Velcro
cornrows,
cornrows. Like
Oh, that's so foul. That's so messed up, man. That's so foul. Why we gotta talk about the hair designer, man? That's foul.
Why can't we talk
Yeah.
about it?
I mean, it wasn't his fault, man. He didn't put
once
him up
again,
there.
that's the closest thing to L he's ever taken. Was those terrible ass fucking cornrows.
Hey,
Closest thing
Black
to L.
person Seattle said didn't even have parts.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It just, hey man, just tape these to your head and
Oh,
we'll figure it
God.
out.
Oh god, that's so messed up. That's so wrong, man.
Is it wrong, Ruben?
No, but
He's
it's funny
accurate,
as shit.
man.
It's funny as shit because he ain't wrong, but still, he had to bring that up, man.
Why not?
Because man, that's fucked up.
That's the one time Shamar Moore lost.
That's the only L he's ever
The
taken.
only time, but he
Only
lost.
L. Only thing that could defeat that nigga was a bad Tyler Perry hairdresser. That's the only thing. That nigga has been Teflon except for that. He could not escape it.
If I walked up to him right now and said cornrows and Tyler Perry, he would probably give him a twitch.
Yeah. He'd be
Oh,
ready to
God.
fight. He probably
Exactly.
throw hands.
That's so messed up. So messed up.
So true.
He probably still ain't forgave Tyler Perry for that shit. He
Oh,
probably went to
God.
the movie premiere and was like, God damn, they look that bad.
Yeah. Well, you know, he hasn't been in another one since. And he recycles people like crazy. Just saying.
Yeah. Tyler Perry people's like, look, you can't have our light skinned sex drive out here with them trash panda cornrows, man. Like, we can't do that, man.
Uh,
Boy.
Man, Moby, what the hell?
Just let his male pattern baldness show, man. He could be a bald thug. He ain't got to be he ain't got to have cornrows to play a quote unquote thug role.
It was low key disrespect, man. I don't care.
Bro, it's
They are.
awful,
Look at
bro.
Look
It's
at that.
awful. It's some of the worst shit ever. He that picture on the right looks like he's being held prisoner by a hairdresser. Like
You know what?
he's about to read some demands.
Oh God. You gotta see a better picture. Give me a second.
I'm being treated well. Besides
What-
these awful
What
hair
the hell is
extensions.
that? What? Oh shit. Hold on, man. This is I got some worse. I need to know what this shit is.
Nah, man, like you reaching. Why I shouldn't have brought it up.
What is that, bro? What the hell is that?
It's not even Shamar Moore, man. I mean,
No, but that
see,
hair is.
this is
the
why you
worst.
don't mention Morris Chestnut on this show. It's just a rabbit hole.
There it
Come
is,
on,
right there.
man.
Bruh, them shits didn't have no parts.
We need to hold Tyler Perry accountable for his crimes.
Like I said, that nigga look like he being held hostage right now by that fake hair.
Oh shit.
Like they said, if you don't give us $2 million US,
Oh shit.
I'm gonna have to be in the sequel to this movie with the same hairpiece on.
Yo. Black Magician wasn't even cornrow. Shits were corn forest. Oh God. Oh, Moby, man, what's on your mind?
I mean, not those dreadful ass cornrows. That won't on my mind. But I mean, he is the light skinned Morris Chestnut, whether you want to ride with it or not. So apparently, you just hate darky versions of Morris Chestnut.
Wow.
That's all it is.
Darky.
You're a colorist. I say you just hate that nigga because he dark skinned and winning. You know what I'm saying? You hate when us dark skinned niggas be out here winning, man. You just hate.
Just say us.
Yeah, you just hate when us dark skinned niggas be out here winning, man.
Hey, man, you ain't wrong, bro. Stop.
Bruh. Hey, look, man, stop talking about my other brother, man. Like, stop. Bruh. We out here winning, man. It's okay for us to win. Like, I know, us, Kendrick Lamar, you know what I'm saying? We've been attacking y'all light skinned niggas,
Bro,
and it's
bro,
okay, man.
I can see your tattoos.
Once again, man, I identify as dark skinned, and I just want you to know that it is very disrespectful that you refuse to acknowledge my preferred pronouns as dark, black, and midnight.
Sir, those are not pronouns. I just wanted to point that out.
Ladies and gentlemen, education for June. Thank you.
Nah, but
Education by AG.
what's on my mind? Well, what's on my mind is something that I don't know. I guess I never have addressed up here or anywhere, but hey, man, just you never know what somebody's going through internally, and I know that's kind of almost hypocritical for us to say on this show because we spend the majority of our time talking about people that we don't know and laughing at it. I mean, I don't know if we're doing it in a callous, cold way, but we are nonetheless talking about a whole bunch of motherfuckers we don't know often, like Shamar Moore and Morris Chestnut. But at the end of the day, you never know what people are going through. And recently, I've just been a lot more introspective about myself and things going on. And, I haven't really ever publicly addressed it, but, some Sundays when I'm not on the show, I just ain't got it, man. And when I say I ain't got it, like, sometimes I just ain't got it to be up here and joke and laugh because I don't feel like joking and laughing sometimes, man. Like, I guess I've dealt with my own battles of depression for a long time, and I have a very positive outlook on life, and so I'm not up here trying to be all sad. But I mean, sometimes I ain't got it, man. And we've joked about it, and sometimes we haven't really been joking when we say, man, it's okay to say you're not okay sometimes. And sometimes, man, I just be taking mental breaks, and like last Sunday, I just ain't have it. And there's been a couple Sundays where I've just, hey man, I ain't got it in me to be out here joking and laughing because I'm not really in a joking and laughing mood. But yeah, man, just keep the I guess the narrative about people you don't know in a very non-judgmental way. Because like I said, at the end of the day, you never know what battles people are going through. Like I said, I try not to sound too hypocritical because we be talking a lot of shit about people we don't know up here. But I hope most of the audience knows a lot of it is in jest. Except for when we talk about like Tim Scott. Fuck that guy. Like seriously. I don't have to know him. I don't want to know him. You know what I'm saying? Like
Wow, that came out of left field, but okay.
I mean, like DeSantis, fuck that guy. I don't need to know him. But I'm not. That's not coming from a place of like not knowing what he's going through internally. That's just not giving a fuck because he sounds like an awful human being.
You didn't mention Ted Cruz.
Nobody cares.
Do I have to? Do I have to?
No, I was just making sure we're.
I mean, because I was trying not to just come out and say bitch. So I mean, it's hard for me to say Raphael's name without throwing that word in there. And I was just talking about you never know what because you never know what he's going through internally, man. Because like you got to be going through a lot to let a motherfucker insult your family and your wife and still suck his dick. Like, yo, Raphael Cruz is going through some mental health trauma, bro. Like, you got to suck the dick of the man that's insulted your wife and family, and you got to pretend to like it, or maybe you have to actually like it.
That's real good.
I mean, the Donald Trump dance move where he's jerking two people off. I just imagine it's like Tim Scott and Raphael Cruz just. I
can't unsee that.
Oh, we were watching something last night, and the guy said Donald Trump when he danced, I was like, "You two jerking off two men." And my wife was like, "I can't unsee that." And I was like, "You know what? I can't either." Next time I watch him dance, he does it at every fucking rally. Just jerks off Tim Scott, Raphael Cruz. But yeah, back to what I was saying. You never know what anybody's going through, and like, even though Tim Scott is cooning to be at the table full of white folk that don't want him there, and Raphael Cruz is being forced to sexually pleasure the male that's insulted his manhood and his wife, and Ron DeSantis wears extensions in his boots just so he can be tall enough to suck everybody in the conservative party's dick. I mean, you never know what trauma they had to go through to get to that place. So just be kind to each other, man, and respect each other's battle. That's all that's on my mind. You all right, Ruben? All right.
No.
I'm over here talking about mental health and like respecting people, and you over here like just zoning out and like laughing at people.
I'm not zoning out. I'm just trying to recover because that Tim Scott shit came out of goddamn nowhere. And you're not wrong. That guy is a piece of shit, and he thinks he's going to become the vice president. That's funnier than anything, But
I mean, look, in his defense, seems like he sucked Donald Trump's dick pretty good, so he might have a chance. Like he might have a chance.
No, zero. I can't.
I mean, he might be playing with the booty hole and doing all types of stuff at the same time, man.
I mean, I understand.
And hell, Melania might like fucking with somebody with a big dick, and maybe Tim Scott's got the stereotypical black big dick too. Like, so he could suck one off and fuck the other one's plastic surgery away. Like,
Where has this show gone?
It's his fault. It's his fault. Oh my God. Woo. So, what's on my mind? I like traveling. I do a little bit of traveling every now and then. I like going places. But you know what I hate the most? Whenever I need to travel, we're going to have scattered thunderstorms. What the fuck, man? Like, really? It's going to rain tomorrow? Come on, man. Because it's bad enough I gotta deal with shitty drivers in the sunlight and when it's dry. Then you basically putting me in another place with shitty drivers with water on the ground. I can't, man. It's the
And
worst.
and you gotta drive up north by the nation's capital too, right?
With shitty drivers.
Yep. And Donald Trump doing this to people on DC. So it's gonna be all types of
I
creamy
mean,
stuff. Like just
Jesus, man. Like, yo, look, I'm not gonna say I'm the greatest driver ever because I'm not. But I'm clearly better than most of these motherfuckers out here. Simply because, hey man, I love the move where it's 70 miles per hour. I'm going 78, which is pretty much on cruise control, the limit, so I probably won't get pulled. Then a car comes up behind, gets over in the right lane, and passes me and slows down.
why are you in the left lane, sir? If somebody's coming faster, it says slower traffic, keep right.
I understand that. But the people over in the right aren't going as fast as I'm going. So I'm passing them, but it was a break. Beside the point, it's like, I don't understand. If you're going to keep going fast, why are you going to get over and then slow down? And I'm just like, what are we doing? And then I end up just slowing down and pass them on the other side. That's how slow he became. Because I could pass him on the right side, but I stayed in the right lane. But I'm just like, bro, like, I mean, I don't get it. You know? But then again, I shouldn't get it because these people out here who are driving can't parallel park. So that already tells me the extent of their driving abilities. Because
We went from speeding and slowing down to parallel parking. You just
I feel like
all
if you can't, I feel like if you can't parallel park, your driving is questionable, just as a whole. Because it's not like they still don't make parks where you got a parallel park. There are a whole bunch of people who can't seem to do that.
yeah, they got vehicles that do it for you now, Ruben. So if you got a vehicle that does it for you, how they gonna learn?
Well, that's very true. But you know, I mean, my vehicle does it for me, but I never use it for what? So it can fuck up and hit somebody's car. No, I'm good. If I'm gonna hit somebody's car, I'm gonna do it myself. But all I'm saying is, I mean, yeah, I'm gonna be living in the right lane strong. It's gonna take me 10 hours to go up north this week because I feel like that's the only safe way because motherfuckers can't drive. And the closer I get to DC, yeah. And yeah, I shame parallel parkers. If you can't parallel park, what are you doing behind the wheel? That's me. That's right.
When's the
I'm
last
that
time you
guy.
had to parallel park, Ruben?
A couple weeks ago, actually. Because in order to go to Hampton, sometimes I go to Buffalo Wild Wings and I'll parallel park on the road so I can get out and get my shit. So, but I'm good with mine. I'm like,
I'm
3-point turn and everything. I'm
I'm a
solid.
pretty consistent parallel parker too, but I honestly can't think of the last time I actually had to do it. I mean,
Well,
there've been
yeah.
times I chose to do it. I didn't have to do it.
Yeah, but it's either I choose to do that or I could park further away and walk. And
Oh God, who wants to get steps in?
yeah, fuck all that. I'm ready to get home. I'm ready to get my food and get home, man. Fuck all that. So,
We apologize to all the people who can't parallel park out there. Like
not hard to learn.
Ruben hates you, but you know we got no judgment, man. Like
I mean, I got no judgment if you're not in my way. But, you know, fuck you. But all I'm saying is, hey, man, I need you to fully learn how to drive a car all the way. That's all I'm asking for. And stay out of my way. It's going to thunderstorms are the worst. Because, you know, when rain falls, when God cries, people get faster. And it's just.
you heard it here first, people. Fuck weather. Fuck you if you can't parallel park. Drop the mic on them.
I ain't no different than other shit I said, so it is what it is. So, with that being said, thank you for listening to a new episode of 5 Minute Warning. Hey man, we enjoy all of you. Like, thank you all of you for being on the board. Thank all of you for listening to the podcast when it comes out. And we'll be back here next Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time until we feel like leaving. Of course, thank you to Moby and AG. And tell a friend, tell an enemy, just tell somebody about us. Because, we here. And we here to deliver that good, strong opinion. You may not care, but, it is what it is. So, with that being said, we will see you next Sunday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Pacific Time. That's right, Pacific Time. Other than that, hey, you know how we do. Peace, love, hair grease, soul, and deuces.
Email us at 5minutewarning19@gmail.com. And also leave comments on Facebook and Twitch. Search 5 Minute Warning. Contact us on Twitter at AG_FMW Podcast, at Nugman25, at F. Email us at 5minutewarning19@gmail.com. And also leave comments on Facebook and Twitch. Search 5 Minute Warning. Contact us on Twitter at AG_FMW Podcast, at Nugman25, at FMW 2019. Contact us on Instagram, Moby 5 Minute Warning, AG_5 Minute Warning, Nugman25. You can listen to the podcast at Apple Podcast, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast. Thank you for listening. This has been another episode of